Hello everyone and welcome to this webinar session of Incident Management Part 2. My name is Dennis Braganza and I'm a part of the Vision Helpdesk team. I'll be taking you through today's webinar. So in today's webinar, we shall be covering the following topics. We shall be looking at how a schedule can be set, then how we can set SLAs or service level agreements. Then we will look at how we can set up workflows, followed by alerts and notifications. And finally, we shall be looking at the round robin. In short, we shall be looking at all the automation features related to incident management in this session. The first topic is schedule. Now, this question might arise in your mind that what is a schedule and why do we use it? So, a schedule is basically the working time of your staff member or team. You can define the start time, the end time, and also the breaks of your staff member in the schedule. And a schedule is a very important feature because all the other advanced automation features like SLAs, workflows, round robin, they all depend upon a schedule. Now I'm going to show you how you can define the schedule in the help desk along with some examples. So I'm taking you to the dashboard now. This is the staff portal. So once you log in over here, now the admin users would have the option of admin settings over here. Once you click on the settings and you scroll down, there will be the option of automation under which we have the schedule. So on the top right hand corner, there's an option to add a new schedule. Now I've already added some examples for you. So let me show you one. So I have given this a title as 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. schedule. And this is from Monday to Saturday. And I have defined the work time over here. I have defined the custom time as 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We also have an option of keeping this open 24 hours or of adding a break into this. The next option is an SLA, but before that, let me tell you about the holidays option which we have. So under automation, just beside schedule, we have the option of holidays. Now over here, you can add the holidays for the year, like some common holidays like let's say 25th December for Christmas or 1st January for New Year. So you can add the holidays as per your requirement over here, and the SLA won't be applied on these holidays. Next we have SLA, which is also known as service level agreement. Now what is an SLA basically? An SLA is an agreement between the organization and clients that the staff members would respond back to their queries or issues within a particular time, and they would resolve their query within certain time. So I would be showing you how you can add the SLA in the help desk along with an example. So let me take you back to the staff portal. And under automation, again, we have SLAs. So over here, we have some SLAs added as an example. So let me go into the default one. I have created one as default over here, and over here we have to choose the schedule. So this would be the work time of your staff or of the team, and I have added a response time as 12 hours and the resolution time as 24 hours. So you can add your own custom SLAs as per your requirement. The next option that we have is workflow. Now, the question that might come to your mind is that what are workflows and why do we need them? So, the workflow is a process in which you can automate a desired action. So, depending on the rules that are set in the event and criteria, you can define what action is to be taken on this particular event. And if you talk about some examples where workflows are used, they can be like, let's say, incident assignment, or when you for applying SLAs, or for setting escalation rules, modifying incident properties, etc. So I'll take you through this in detail. Now again, in automation, we have the workflows option. So we have set some examples over here, but before that, let me show you how a workflow is added. There's an option over here by clicking on which you can add a workflow. Now over here, first of all, you give this workflow a title, and then a workflow is made up of three main parts. There's an event, there's criteria, and then there's action. So depending on the rules that you are defined in the event and criteria, you can define what action needs to be taken on this event. So we have multiple events available over here. Now these are basically ticket properties. So let's say, for example, if you want that in case of a new incident, or in case of a client reply, or in case of a staff reply, a particular action be taken. Or if you want that action be taken on change of certain property of an incident, like let's say change of flag, or change of incident type, or status, priority, category. So you can select the required option from here for the event. There are also other options. There are also other options over here. Can you please mute? I believe my voice is echoing over here. I'm not sure. I believe somebody's mic is on. Can you please mute at your end? Thank you. So we have some more options over here. Let's say, for example, if you want that the event be selected on overdue of an incident, or in case if an incident is unresolved. There are also options in event available for SLAs in case the SLA is paused, or in case the SLA is resumed, and other functions like last activity, time track, etc. So we provide you with a large range of events over here. In the same way, we also offer you multiple options and criteria. Here we have multiple options like, let's say, for example, if a subject contains a particular word, or if the message is, that is the body of the incident, contains a particular word, then you can have client name or client email. Let's say if this is a big client for you and is paying you a huge amount of money, you can create a separate workflow for him. It can also be on the basis of organization, client language. If you're supporting multiple countries, different languages, this would be a useful option for you. It can be on the domain, department, status, priority, and other properties of an incident. It can also be on the SLA, that is the overdue time or resolution due time. Now, under criteria, we have the match and conditions and the match or conditions. So, what would come in match and conditions? So, if you want to add multiple rules, let's say if the department equals to the sales department and the priority equals to high. So this would be an example of the AND condition. If you are referring to the OR condition, so you can have multiple options added over here. For example, if the department equals to the sales department, or if the department equals to technical support, or if department equals to billing. So in this case, if an incident would come in where a department equals to either sales, technical, or billing, this condition would be applied over it. Now, this is all about the criteria. Under action, you can define that what action needs to be taken. For example, you can forward this. To a particular email address. The department can be changed. You can have this assigned to a particular team or to a staff member, or it can be multiple teams and multiple staff members. You can define the incident properties. You can modify those. For example, if you want to change the status, want to change the impact, urgency, priority, it can all be done from here. Similarly, if you want to have a label applied over this, you can just take this particular label and it would be applied on that incident. You can also apply an SLA over this. So if you have created an SLA plan and want to have it applied, you can do it using the workflow. Then you can also send an email to a client or to a staff. Now this can be from the templates, the email templates. We already have provided you with a list of email templates, and you can also create your own custom email templates. There are some more options over here where you can ignore emails, you can send autoresponders, and all of these can be defined under the workflow. Now let me show you a few examples which we have already added. So we have the default workflow. Now in a default workflow, I have kept the event as in case of a new incident and if subject contains blank. Subject contains blank means this would refer to all the incidents coming into the system. And under action, I have defined the change status to open and apply the default SLA. So now when an incident will come into the system, the default SLA will be automatically applied over it and it will be in the open status. Let me show you another example. Let's take this one, critical priority based workflow. So again over here I've selected the event as in case of a new incident, and under the criteria I have defined if priority equals to critical. Under action I have defined that if an incident comes in and if the priority equals to critical, it should be assigned to Adolf, to the staff member, and I want a label to be applied over it of critical. And I also want that an SLA be applied over it, that is priority 1 SLA. I'll show you one more example in workflows. Let's take the escalation rule. Let's say that you want to escalate an incident in case it is overdue. So this would be the SLA has been overdue and you want to escalate this to another staff member. So over here you can define the event as on overdue. Under the criteria I've selected the SLA plan equals to default. In this case I want that this incident be assigned to my staff member Renu, and another SLA, which is a 30-minute escalation SLA, be applied over this. So this is all about workflows. You can add multiple workflow rules as per your organization requirement. The next option that we have is alerts. Now, what are alerts? So these are basically alerts to your staff members. So you can set email alerts from here. So your staff would be notified over email based on the rules that you have defined. There is also an option for setting an alert through SMS and Slack, provided that you have integration with those third-party tools. I'll take you through alerts on the staff portal. So over here we have alerts under the automation option. Now I have created an example over here to show you how these alerts work. So I have created an alert for staff members to be alerted whenever tickets are assigned to them. So I gave this as a title, that is alert to staff for assigned tickets, and I have selected the email template. Now you can select the default alert template, or you can add your own custom templates, and you can define if you want this alert to be sent to a team or to a staff member. So in this case I have selected the staff members over here, and under event I have selected incident assign. Now you can choose different events over here. For example, if you want your staff to be notified in case of new incident, or let's say in case if a department is changed, or the status is changed, or the priority is changed, as per your requirement you can choose the required incident property from here and select it as an event. In this case, since this is for assignment, they need to be alerted whenever an incident is assigned to them. I have selected incident assign over here. There are also ITIL events available over here. Now this is a part of our premium product, which is the service desk. So we shall be covering this in the future webinars. So I'll just skip this for now. Then there's an option of match and conditions where we have selected the owner equals to operator. So when an incident comes in and it's assigned to any of these staff members, they would receive an alert for the same on their email address. So similarly, you can add multiple alert rules for your staff as well as your teams. The next option that we have is round robin. Now, what is a round robin? So round robin is basically automatic allocation of incidents to your staff members in a sequential manner. So let me give you an example. Let's say if you have a sales team and there are 10 members in that team. So when you have incidents come into the sales department, some members may be proactive and they may themselves solve those incidents, whereas others who are less proactive, they might not take an initiative in this. So if you want to have an equal distribution of the incidents among all your staff members, you can select the round robin. So let me show you the round robin on the staff portal. So over here under automation, we have round robin. Now you can create different round robins for your teams, or let's say for a group of staff members. I have created a few examples over here. So let's take the first one. This is sales team round robin. So first of all, we have to define the schedule over here. So this will basically be the work time of your staff members or for the team. And then just like in workflow, we can define the criteria over here. Now again, we provide you with a list of criteria to choose from. So I have selected a department equals to sales, since this is a round robin for the sales team. And under action, I have this assigned to this sales team. So this would go to all the members belonging to the sales team in a sequential manner. If you want this round robin only for certain staff members and not for a team, you can choose the staff members over here directly. There's also an option to send an email to a staff from here. So if you want to notify the staff regarding the ticket being assigned to him, you can just add the alert template over here, and the staff would be notified whenever a ticket is assigned to him. So here we complete round robin. You can type in your questions, if any, in this text box. Okay, so Molina has asked the question over here. That is, how do the agents visualize the resolution time? So the agents or the staff members, they can view the pending response time and pending resolution time over an incident. So here on the left hand side, you would get to see the SLA plan which is applied on this incident and the pending response time and pending resolution time. Then the second question from Vigilant is, I have a question about SLA. Can you make an SLA with a response time but not a resolution time? So see, both response time and resolution time are required for an SLA. What you can do is you can keep the same time for response as well as resolution. So you can keep 2 hours response, 2 hour resolution. Then Tom has a query over here. With alerts, what is the operator? So the operator would basically be the staff member to whom the incident has been assigned. So if I have selected multiple staff members in alerts, and if I select the condition as if owner is equals to operator, then whomsoever the ticket is assigned to will receive an alert for the same. Here Francisco has a question which is it possible to make an alert before the SLA is overdue? So yes, this is possible. In the criteria, you can define a condition as uh, on overdue and alert be sent before certain time. So let's say if you want to be alerted 30 minutes before the SLA is overdue, that can be done. Then regarding Molina's query, how do I obtain pending ticket statistics according to their resolution time and close tickets inside or outside of SLA? So we have the report available for this under the reports module, wherein you can see the ticket statistics according to resolution time and also the tickets which are closed within SLA or outside the SLA. Then Tom has a query that is this being recorded so we can access again. Yes, the session is being recorded and we shall be providing with a link of the recording. Now, Vigilant has a query that is, if you keep the response time and resolution time the same, wouldn't the incident be overdue after response time is over? I would like to guarantee a response time, but we cannot guarantee a resolution as the incident might be very complex. So, Vigilant in this case, if you feel that the incident is very complex, or if you're waiting for a response from the client end, in that case, there's an option to pause the SLA. So there's a pause option over here. You can click on this and the SLA would be paused. One more option can be there that you can have a longer time for resolution. So let's say if it's a very complicated issue, so you can have a longer resolution time, let's say 7 days or 10 days, and you can create custom SLAs for that. Then Lisa has a question over here. My company works in different time zones. Is there any limit with schedules and SLA? No, there is no limit on the number of schedules and SLAs you add. So you can have unlimited number of schedules and SLAs added. So Momina has a question over here. Can I switch off round robin if I'm not working on the ticket board? So yes, there's an option over here wherein you can opt out from round robin. So the option is available over here wherein you can opt out of the round robin. Once it switches off, the tickets won't be assigned to you. Once it's switched on, incidents will be assigned to you in the round robin fashion. Thank you. Questions so I can get them answered for you. Alright, Vijnant, it was nice talking to you. Lisa has a query over here. Can I move some specific tickets to spam from workflow? So, yes, Lisa, this is possible. Let me quickly show this to you. So, I'll go to the workflow and under the action option, there's an option over here as mark as spam. So, you just need to mark this as yes, and this particular incident would be marked as a spam. Similarly, there's an option for ban as well. If you want to ban a particular client, you can just ban him from here by selecting the option as yes. So I believe there are no more questions. I have added our email address over here, which is sales@visionhelpdesk.com, and our Skype ID, which is vision.helpdesk. You can contact us in case you all have any queries, and we can always help you all out. It was nice talking to you all. Have a nice time ahead.